I wanted to say something. People, they keep listening to these preppers, and I understand that it's good to prep a little bit. But the thing of it is, they don't think about what if a tornado comes through. If a tornado comes through, you can't run out the door with like $100 and $300 worth of jars, and you're gonna have like $300-400 of mason jars with food in it. And you might not have but a little tiny car or one vehicle. Even 3 vehicles probably wouldn't move all that food. And can you imagine running out the door with glass breaking and people bumping up against you trying to hurry up and get out of the house? Period. But the thing I wanted to mention was, I'm a Christian girl, and I do believe there's things going to happen. It's hard to explain a lot of it because I've had some dreams, and some of the dreams might be just meant for our family, period. But I think it could help a lot of families. And sometimes I don't know whether to share a part of it or not, because I'm not saying I'm a prophet, but I do know God tells us things. I had one dream where I was at this parking lot, and I was standing outside the door, and all of a sudden everything went dark. It was like daylight and then dark. Then all of a sudden I saw things that were out there in the parking lot didn't look normal. And it seemed like it felt like there was people being attacked. To me, this was a supernatural situation. Period. And during this time, it went from daylight, it was daylight, I guess it was daylight, I can't remember now, wait a minute. Actually, I think it started at dark. It started at dark, then it went to daylight, and it seemed like the daylight just went really fast, like within seconds. Then all of a sudden it got dark again. And all of a sudden it started happening all over again. And it seemed to me like there was something going on with the people in the parking lot, and it was a really bad thing. I mean, it was so bad that I was getting ready to try to find a car to get into to get away from the area. And when I was running to the vehicle, it actually was a white truck. And later on I realized that possibly being it was white, I thought that was something God wanted me to see, being white as well, you know. And I dreamed I turned around and I saw this dark-haired kid. He looked like about maybe 7, maybe, something like that. And I looked at him, he saw me looking at me, and I started waving him toward me. And I was like, come on, like that, you know. And he just looked at me like he didn't understand what I was trying to tell him. And I was like, come on, we gotta go, come on, you know. And I dreamed I got in this truck. And I dreamed that I was able to get in there and found the key, and I started this truck up. And it wasn't my truck. What's crazy, I don't even drive. I mean, I drove once years and years ago, but all of a sudden I was like, well, where did the key go, you know? And then all of a sudden I looked in through the big mirror on the outside of the truck, and I saw he was in the back of the truck, in the truck bed. And I dreamed as I was driving, trying to go back home, because I thought, man, this is not good. And I was going back home. All of a sudden I kept looking in the window, the mirror on the side again. He was still back there, but then there was other people in the truck bed by that time. It's almost like I was picking people up while I was going home or wherever I was going, you know. And but after that, I woke up, And over time, I'm like, what in the world does this mean? And then all of a sudden, I went online, was looking for, banned books maybe, or, just books that people would normally not read. And I actually ended up finding a book. And it kind of cleared up a lot of things for me on that dream period. And I ain't saying this could happen. I don't know what it was. I mean, I could tell it was not good because it was attacking the people. And it didn't seem like it was people. Period. Then I had another dream once where I had seen this guy and these women were in this house with him. And I dreamed he was trying to grab me in a sexual way. And I was like, well, what in the lands is this, And I finally pulled myself away from the guy. Period. And I kept hearing the words Draco, dragon, Drake. I couldn't figure out what it was that was going on. And period. And sorry, I'm thinking I'm chatting in the message. Anyway, after that, I ended up in another room of this house, and I saw these other women, and I couldn't figure out why I was seeing other women in this house. Well, I went online, was looking up the Draco. Well, I went on there. Sure enough, I was finding stuff on the Draco. I've never heard of this stuff before. I was like, what in the world? But anyway, I wanted to share this stuff because people have had videos on here before. I've commented about this stuff before. And, period, and, sorry. Anyway, I've commented about these things and nobody never comments back. Period. But if there's Christians out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you've had like visions or dreams. Because I've been having dreams like this since I was probably around, well, it got more frequent in the last 5 years or more. And it got more frequent almost at the beginning of the situation we had here in the last few years. And that's when I started having the Draco thing and the parking lot situation. And things like that. And I had one dream where I was in a parking lot and I saw a row of people standing outside this building trying to wait to go in. Couldn't see the end of the line. And the first thing that made me think was what do they call it? Remember the commodities in the 1970s? Well, that's what they reminded me of. And then I thought, what is going on here? And I dreamed I was inside this place. It was a store or something. Everything vanished. The registers and everything just vanished. And all of a sudden I looked ahead and I saw a big buffet table. I'm like, why am I seeing a buffet table? And I'm thinking, this has got to be something to do with food. Or, rationing of some sort. I didn't know. But anyway, I dreamed that there was nothing hardly on the shelves. And I'm trying to remember when this dream happened, because I didn't start writing my dreams down till last June and July, because I had 2 other dreams then, and they was like a few days apart. And I'll go and look these things up, and I always seem to find something. Period. I mean, I had one dream where I was looking out my door in the back of the house, and I was looking at the trees, and all of a sudden I saw this white stuff pushing between the trees. And I was dreaming, and I'm like, what is that? And I thought, oh gosh, it looks like foam, I was like, foam. And then all of a sudden, I was like, okay. Then all of a sudden, my eyes turned away from the situation. I looked back, and all of a sudden, I looked at my home, and my home was rocking like something was pushing against it. And I was like, oh no. And then the only thing I could come out with that on was that maybe the ocean's rising or something, and we had a huge tsunami. And I don't know, that dream, I'm still waiting for that to see if that happens. And that hadn't happened yet. That's been over a decade, I think, about a decade since I had that dream. And I had two other dreams that's a little more weird, and I don't know how to talk about them two right now. I don't know. I've told people, about this stuff. And my mother, I talked to her a lot. And, I say, y'all ain't crazy or paranoid or nothing like that. But I said, I'll tell you what I know, and then we'll see where it goes. Because, I don't ever want to be known as a false prophet, because I don't believe in anything like that. People shouldn't be false. And I've seen some dreams that others have had. A few of them did match up to some of mine. And but anyway, I've been here a long time, ain't I? But anyway, I had one dream where we were out in the field, and we all had backpacks on. It's like we were running from something or going away from something. And all of a sudden I looked out past the field, and I saw these trees coming up and uprooting out of the ground and just breaking like twigs. I mean, big tall trees. And period. And one time I had a dream, and it was something to do with maybe a war thing. And then all of a sudden, now you see where we're at. So this dream I probably had about a decade ago. About that one, there's not a lot to say about it. I think I shouldn't say much on that one. But we've seen something that I dreamed of in this dream. I've seen a similar thing that happened before in 2011. So it's possible it could happen again. Period. And sorry, y'all, I have a habit of doing the microphone, and I have to say period. But anyway, yeah. I've had a dream of a white horse, like a pale color horse. And I saw it looked like it had a crown on his head and everything. And I did look it up again because I, kind of forget details a little bit. And I looked it up, and that's exactly matched up to the horse that I saw. Period. And I told my mother about it one day. And I said, Mom, I said, I had a dream of a white horse. She's like, well, that's odd. I said, why? She said, because I dreamed of a red or a brown horse a few days before your dream. And I said, really? And she said, it leaped off the ground and went over her house. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Yeah. But I didn't start, seeing anything or feeling things until right before I got married. And I was probably around almost 19. And I've tried to look up to figure out what my calling could be. And some people tell me I have the discernment type of gift. I was told that a few weeks back. So I was talking to a pastor about it, that I knew. And I told him, I said, all I can tell you, just watch and see. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I'll let that go for right now. I'll come back, talk more on these things one other day. Y'all have a good day, and thank you. Goodbye for listening.